What's good? Santi, back with another video, man. This one is entitled, it was meant to be. You feel me? It was meant to be. Shoot. Some of us were meant to challenge the system, you know. And I'm talking about like really challenge it, like be a threat to the order. You know what I'm saying? It can start from elementary school, you know what I'm saying, on up to graduate high school or in the latter part, us as human beings, we have a natural inclination to be resistant. We are resilient, you know what I'm saying? We're strong. We're capable of great things. And that's why when we look back at our origins and whom we were, don't get caught up in that evolution bullshit. That's a theory, you know what I'm saying? But there is a being known as the Aboriginal. It's known as the indigenous person. You feel me? Different types of people of a deep black and dark complexion were the original individuals to inhabit this earth. You know what I'm saying? And so, created in our original state, already with everything we needed. When it comes to speaking of Aboriginal and indigenous people, because I myself am an indigenous person. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk about my ethnicity another time. But, when I speak on it, it's meant to be. There are certain mechanisms in place that are trying to keep us from reaching our highest potential and really being aware of the inherent power that we possess as human beings. And some of us are connected to the original human beings, not everyone. Though particular races of people may have those genetics, they may have a smaller or less, like a greater or lesser extremity of those. But, what people fail to realize is that, a lot of people don't understand why you have resistance and why you have rebellion. You know what I'm saying? And why you have people that just are vocal and they always seem to be making something known as problematic to the general public. You know what I'm saying? And these individuals who are meant to be agents of change, or they draw a lot of attention based on the things that they say because of the power of their voice and just the way that they articulate themselves. Man, it's hot. I got on long sleeves because of the area that I live and the work that I do. I wear long sleeves. I wear black. So, but anyway, so you have individuals that were meant to bring the collective back to its higher state. With some of y'all, this is nothing new to a lot of y'all, to some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But there are those of us who are actually out there. We've had experiences. Like I've been in real life, real shit situations. I've been in places where, back when I was in college, man, I remember one day I linked up with a homie after, because I was working on the campus. And after I got out, I got into it with this pastor. I think it was the same night I got into it with this pastor. No, I didn't. It wasn't that night, but that's another story. Me and a homie, we link up, go to another homie's apartment. We were smoking and chilling. The homie whose apartment that we were at, he was deciding that he was gonna go kick it with a lady friend. They were gonna go to the movies. So my whole thing was like, well, shoot, if he get ready to leave, I'm finna leave. Me and my homie finna leave. 5 minutes after we left, and we hung around on the balcony area, because it was like on the second floor. So we hung out on the staircase outside. We was out there chilling. There was a bunch of us. They were smoking them black and stuff. I don't think I hit the black, because sometimes black, back then, I used to smoke the blacks. and not habitually like an addict, but every now and then. So like we hung around, we was chopping it up on some real, because for me, my life has been nothing but nothing. I'm a revolutionary, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always been resistant ever since I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So this situation was where we were building, we were chopping it up, we were organizing. This was back in like 2015, I want to say. And so we out there hanging out, smoking, chopping up on some real stuff, like conversation of an elevated mind. We leave. Well, to my knowledge, I didn't find out till the next day that 5 minutes after we left, the police raided the apartment, kicked it in, kicked the door in. I had a homie there who was staying with my homie whose apartment it was. He had left. His cousin was there. His cousin was from Atlanta. Okay? His cousin was from Atlanta. His nickname was Rocky. Police kicked the door in. Rocky already on probation, so he can't go back to Atlanta. So he in the house, man. They go through the back door. They find the herb because a plug stayed there. So they back there. You know what I'm saying? Rocky picks up the phone. His cousin is at, like I said, is at the movie with a lady friend. So I can't remember the exact details of the conversation that they were having, but because it was a high alert situation, Rocky was on the phone. He was trying to be as calm as he could because shit, the police had pretty much kicked in. They was in the house. So, you know, Rocky like, hey, the police are here. You know, it's like, he's like, they here. And so my boy, nicknamed Trap, he was like, hey, you know, we all in college. You feel me? Like, this is college. So Trap, he like, hey, everything all right? Everything good? And Rocky like, yeah, everything's straight. Now see, Rocky wanted him to come back. Rocky was just like, look, why you ain't come back? Like, you know I'm on probation, like, you know. But Trap's frame of mind was like, look, why you ain't just say something? And he was like, I don't know why. He was like, look, if I wasn't there at the time, then I wasn't meant to be there. But Rocky like, man, bro, I'm your cousin. I'm your cousin. You supposed to come back and help me. You know, so, you know, Trap's whole thing was like, look, if I was leaving, he's like, if I'm if I am the one that's on the lease of that apartment, pretty much like I'm designated renter or, you know, owner. If I leave, why would you not leave? You know, that's what Trap was thinking. But Rocky was like, look, bro, I'm down here visiting you. Staying with you, where I'm gonna go? You know what I'm saying? So they kind of went back and forth on that. But me, I had love, and I won't worry about no police, no way. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one example of many examples that I have. I'm already a target. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I do not care. I do not care. You feel me? I done been in interrogation rooms. You know what I'm saying? I done been in arguments with professors on my Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I done been said to have done this and done that, done this and done that. But I'm not somebody that is an instigator. I'm not somebody who engages in gossip and talking about people behind their backs. But I can see, you know, with everything that's going on, it was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? Them times when I got in trouble in elementary school for not getting no accelerated reader points, I had to miss recess. But that was me at a young age being true to myself. Why? Because I was not interested in none of those books. I wasn't interested in none of that shit, but at the same time, I already had high intelligence. I was in the streets and I still went to college. You know what I'm saying? So can't nobody take my experiences away from me or say that I didn't get it out the mud, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up in a single parent household, you know. But even though my life had certain pieces missing that don't fit in the quote unquote normal standard of living, I still thrived and I still succeeded. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I did lose some people close to me. You know, back in 2016, I lost my brother to what was deemed a suicide. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I will speak on later on. But, and August the 10th would have made it 4 years. You feel me? So I've seen things, I've been through a lot of things, and the people around me have been through a lot of things. And I've done amazing things. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to certain things that are deemed negative, you know, it's to get you to remind you of the power that you have. Because you being true to yourself is going to have certain situations that are deemed negative on the surface. You know what I'm saying? Like when in previous videos I talked about this, like with my ex, that relationship had to end. Even though I could have done things differently, and I may have lost recognition of myself. You know, as the relationship went on, I still remained true to myself in the most difficult, difficult places to make a decision. Having to cut somebody off that I really cared about because I was losing myself. I was losing my peace of mind. It was becoming stressful, you know, and having to make a hard decision and standing behind that decision. I had people telling me, Santi, you got a lot of heart, bro. You got a lot of heart. I know I got a lot of heart. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had a lot of experiences. I've been through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have my father there to guide me. I didn't really have no counsel. You know what I'm saying? I had people around me in certain situations that wanted to do good and do for me and stuff like that. But I was put in positions at an early age where I had to confide in myself because I saw the stresses and the struggles of my mother. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't put that on her. Like I was put in positions where I had to go within. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't want to be a part of no woke community because I'm just as intelligent or as more intelligent than them. I know about the underworld. I know about dealing with spirits. I know about doing rituals. I have ancestor altars in my house because I'm from the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? So when you on my channel, you feel me? You're going to see that from me. You know what I'm saying? This is real life. This is real life. I strive to be the most authentic individual that I can be. You know what I'm saying? But people on these YouTube channels, I'm a part of this conscious community. They're not me and I'm not them. Feel me? But I know it was meant to be. Who I am is who I'm meant to be, and that's on my ancestors. You know what I'm saying? And so, if you are a part of the ones who are awakening and coming into yourself, embrace that. It's cats 15, 16 years old. Y'all gonna have to resist your mother. You know what I'm saying? Like she at 17, I cussed my mama out. You know what I'm saying? Like I cussed her out. You feel me? But I had to be resistant. I had to buck her. And I remember in 2015, one thing my mother told me. She was like, I commend you for never selling out. You know what I'm saying? And I know J. Cole said in this song, one of his songs, he was just like, everybody had to sell out at one point. Fuck you for saying some shit like that. Fuck out of here. We don't do that here. And I don't promote nobody selling out for no type of reason. No type of reason. You know what I'm saying? Don't never do that shit. I don't care if a professor told you, I don't care if a pastor told you, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if your mom told you, don't never sell out. Be in tune with yourself and trust your soul. You know what I'm saying? All right, trust yourself. Trust yourself on this journey. And trust that if you're doing what you need to do for you and you're in tune with yourself and you're in your heart space and it's driving you to step outside the norm. And we're not talking about doing reckless, risque shit, but at the same time, you have to be willing to go into uncharted territory because I did. Not because somebody told me to, but because my heart called me to do so. Because that is what we need. We don't need people to be continuing to reinforce these norms and that religious bullshit that ain't helping nobody. It's not helping enough people. Because if religion was doing enough, don't you think this world would be at peace now? You know what I'm saying? People wouldn't be having inner conflict and confused about whether there's a God or not. The most important thing you could ever do in this life is know who you are. You know what I'm saying? People resisting religion, people challenging the system. You know what I'm saying? Cats being brought up in gangs. Think about it, some of this stuff was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? A gang or set ain't nothing but the reformation of a tribe, a code of conduct. That's where it come from. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk more about that. But like I said, who I am and who you are to become as an agent of change, as someone who is rebellious or maybe a revolutionary, because you'll know if you're a revolutionary or not. That's not no walk in the park. you know, but you will know. And if you don't know, you will know through me. So, you already know what it is. Ya tú sabes. Love. Salud.